to Mask Off with Bink. I am so excited to be here. Another happy Tuesday. I hope you guys have had an amazing day. I have had a great day and I'm grateful for that. So let's get right into our conversation for tonight. So tonight we're going to be talking about celibacy. Okay. And this conversation has been had with me several times just this week alone. And so I thought, oh, you know what? I think this will be a good week to talk about this because, a lot of people don't want to talk about sex and different things like that, but it's a part of life. And so we have to be comfortable having these uncomfortable conversations. So, it was asked to me, what is celibacy? What journey are you on when it comes to that? And I will say I am on a spiritual journey and I'm trying my best to do my best because I do desire my husband. And I feel like if I can wait on God and wait on my husband, then yes, I'm going to be in a much better place. Now, I am human and I'm going to be very transparent. I may not always be successful at my waiting on him. However, I am trying to make a conscious effort to have some self-discipline when it comes to that. So let's talk about celibacy. So what is celibacy? Okay. To me, when I think of celibacy, it's really just having, like I said, self-discipline, right? We all have options. Let's be honest. We all have options, opportunities that doesn't require much to be able to engage in those type of activities, right? But it comes a point where, especially when you know who you are as an individual, you value yourself, you know what you bring to the table, and you know the treasures that you possess. And you don't want to be out here just collecting bodies. And so at some point, you have to say, okay, this ain't going anywhere. I'm tired of pointless situationships, right? And you're not getting anywhere. And so you get tired of just engaging and giving your time, giving your effort, your body away. And there's nothing that comes from that. So when you get tired of yourself, you get tired of the foolishness that's outside, then you have to make a decision to say, you know what? I think I'm going to refrain from sex and I'm going to practice celibacy, which means I'm going to not give in to my fleshly desires, and I'm going to wait and be patient and focus on me. I'm going to spend this time to get to know me, to pick up some new hobbies and things. I'm going to get involved in different organizations or just whatever to spend that time with yourself and with God and your friends and family or whatever you choose to do with your time. I'm going to put my energy towards that and not so much on my fleshly desires and needs, right? Because let's be honest, we all have wants and we all have needs. And so it was asked to me, okay, with this journey, how do you view celibacy when it comes to pleasing yourself? Is that truly being celibate or is that cheating? Well, I think it's cheating, guys. I know some of you may not agree with me, but I feel like if you're going to practice that, then you need to practice it across the board because I get it. It's just easy to just go get a rose and take care of yourself, ladies. They even have some things for men out nowadays. So there's something out there for everybody. But again, it just goes back to that self-control, self-discipline, because that's going to be important on this journey. With my journey, I try to put my energy more into my relationship with God and what He has promised me and reminding myself of what I deserve and trying my best to let that encourage me to have faith, more faith in God and more faith in me, because it's not easy to not pick up that phone and make a phone call, or to respond to what you do in bed. You know what that means. If somebody texting you that late at night, you already know what time it is, right? And so it's so easy to fall for that when you are single. Because, let's just be honest, being single, it's amazing. I enjoy my season of singleness. But sometimes it can get lonesome sometimes. And sometimes you just do desire company, right? And company don't always mean to be physically, right? It could just be just somebody to talk to, someone just to hold you, right? Someone to laugh with and travel with and watch a movie with and go out to eat with and all that types of things. So I feel like there's different ways that you can connect with someone and it not be just physical, right? And so that's challenged me to do that, and just to make connections with people and be upfront and honest with people and tell them, hey, look, we can hang out, but ain't no hanky-panky going on. Ain't no hanky-panky. We're going to keep this clean, right? And so, I feel like when you're dating someone, right, or you are considering dating someone and you've made this decision to take this journey, that you have this honest conversation with your partner, because just because this is your journey that you chose to take doesn't mean they're automatically signing up for this same journey, right? And I'm really talking to you ladies, because it's more ladies that take this journey than men that I know of, right? And so you have to understand that they may not want this journey that you're on. And a conversation have to be had of, what are we going to do? How are we going to handle this journey? There's some people that say, hey, this ain't for me. No, I'm going to move on. I can't be involved with you. There may be someone that say, hey, I may not be able to provide you this satisfaction, but I'm open to you getting your needs met somewhere else. And we are just companions. We just hang out together. We travel together. We do. So there's so many lifestyles. I said that before. So much out here, and people just doing what they want to do. And I don't necessarily agree with any of it, honestly, when it comes to that. But to each his own, right? To each his own. People are doing what makes them happy and what works best for them. So no shade there. But I just know personally, I want my man. I want my husband. My man is my man, and I don't want to share my man with nobody else. So I think it's just important to have these conversations up front. If someone's pursuing you, have this conversation. Hey, this is where I am with it. And you stick to your boundary. If this is something that you said you want to commit to, be committed to it all the way through. And I know the temptation gets pretty thick. Trust and believe me, it gets pretty thick. And again, that doesn't mean you won't fall and won't be, make a mistake every once in a while, but try your best to stay on this journey, because once you start slipping, you're going to start sliding. Okay? And so let's, really just stay on the course if that's the lifestyle you choose. But I just wanted to have that conversation because I don't know. I just don't know how to feel about celibacy, right? You got to ask yourself, why am I choosing to be celibate, right? Am I choosing this because it truly is a journey that I'm on with the Lord? I'm trying to stay focused because I want to make sure I please Him. I want to obey Him and what He has for me. I'm staying to that. Or is it because you want to control and manipulate your situation? I think a lot of times women, y'all not gonna like me for this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. A lot of times women, we like to weaponize sex. And we want to use that word to control sex. And that could be different for different reasons. It could be because you're not really interested, you're not being truly satisfied, if you know what I mean. It can be because you just want to be in control and you want to be able to dictate when and how and how long and all that. That's not cool, right? So this is not something that you just get to pick up and put down and play with. This is a lifestyle, right? This is a lifestyle adjustment. And I don't think it's fair to play games. So ladies and men, those few, very few, that may be on that journey, to again have those conversations, being honest with yourself on why is it that I'm doing this? Am I choosing this lifestyle because I just am simply tired of the games that's out here and you're not really getting what you desire when it comes to a relationship? Because that's not the same thing, that's not probably the best reason to go about celibacy, right? It just, to me, I just feel like you have to have your mind made up that, hey, I want to refrain from sex because I am waiting for my husband. I am waiting for my wife. I'm to a point now, I don't want nobody to touch me but my husband. If you're not my husband, I don't want you. Okay? I don't want you. Because I know what I possess. I know the values that I have. I know the morals that I have. I know that if I'm out hearing, then I am devaluing myself. And I don't want to be, when my husband finds me, I'm raggedy, I'm worn out, and I'm useless. I want him to find me in good condition, right? And so that we can continue to be fruitful in all those things, right? And so I just wanted to see, what is your thought about celibacy? Are you being celibate? What is your reason? If you are, what is your reason behind it? Have you ever considered doing it? I know some people say they do it because it just, I don't know, they just feel like they have a clear sense of thinking. They have more, just knowing that you have self-control. Once you gain the self-control mentally and emotionally and physically, you really are a force to be reckoned with. You are. And you have such a sense of glow that's unexplainable. People will say, oh, there's something different about you. You're glowing, right? And it's just coming from the inside out, because you got to realize when you're having sex, and I mentioned this before, when you're having sex with people, you are exchanging not only body fluids, but you also are having a spiritual exchange, right? So for me, when I think of it, just in that realm alone, it makes it easier for me to not fall into so many temptations, because yeah, that right there is enough to be like, I'm sitting down, right? So just think about it that way. If you are tired of giving yourself away to pointless situationships, pointless relationships, you've been sleeping with this person for 10 years and he has not once mentioned, I want to marry you, you might want to go to the Lord in prayer on what you need to do as far as refraining from sex, just changing your whole posture, and really seeking God for the desires of your heart. I do believe God, He answers prayers. I do believe God honors, the word says, sacrifice, obedience is better than sacrifice. Obedience is better than sacrifice. Again, we're human. We make mistakes. We may not be successful all the time, but God, He honors effort. And I don't know about you. I can only speak for you, myself. I've been married before, and I am a wife. I'm truly a wife at my core. I desire to be a wife. I know God is going to bless me to be a wife again. So what am I going to do? I am preparing myself to be a wife again. If I'm saying this is what I want, faith without works is dead. If I'm saying, God, I want you to bless me with my kingdom partner, then my energy, my efforts should be focused on God. It should be focused on me and really preparing. So when God blesses me, I'm already ready. I don't have to get ready to be a wife. He's already prepared me to be a wife. I'm working on those things that I wasn't my best in my first time. So the next time I'm not bringing trauma bonds. I'm not bringing old baggage. I'm not bringing 50 bodies that I've collected between my first marriage and my second marriage. I'm just being honest. I'm trying to say this in a respectful way because, again, I don't want to offend anybody. But, again, this is about being open, honest, and transparent, right? Because we're taking off our mask. I just think it's important just to save yourself. It's a lot going on out here. Not everybody values you and your body. And you just want to make sure you take care of yourself. Make sure if you are out here enjoying activities, that you protect yourself. Because people ain't going to come and tell you what they got going on, right? So it's our responsibility to take care of ourselves. Get yourself tested. Making sure you're clean. Making sure you're taking care of your body. That's important. But again, back on celibacy, I think it's important. I think it can be done. I know sometimes it's frowned upon, but I feel like the right person will respect your wishes and your journey and maybe even join the journey with you. You know, if they're serious about dating you and wanting to marry you, they may join this journey with you, and you're able to focus on the other things, the other parts of intimacy, because intimacy is just not sex. There's so many pieces to what makes up true intimacy. Spending time, words of affirmation, acts of service, all those different things. You can be affectionate and you know, you can do all those things, but it don't have to always lead into the bedroom. I want you to know me outside the bedroom, right? The bedroom is just, that's the dessert. That's the end. That's the pow. That's the climax of everything. But do you know me? Do you even know what's my middle name? What's my favorite color? Do we know how to interact with each other in all 4 seasons? Do you know how to handle me when I'm being spoiled or I'm upset or I got attitude? Do I know how to handle you? Do I know your love languages? Am I respecting your boundaries? Are we building together? Have we made goals together? These are the things that I feel like friendship is number one. People like, you know, I want to marry my best friend. And a lot of people like, you know, I don't want to, you know, they want to rush right into a relationship, but you have to take the time to get to know people. And I want to know you as my friend first. And if I know you as my friend, best believe when we get to the lover part, all of it's going to be magic, right? And so I just wanted to just stop by real brief to talk about that, because that has been a conversation and a debate a couple times just this week alone. Women, men, do not weaponize sex. Don't manipulate your situations because you want to have control. If you're going on this journey, go on this journey. And understand not everybody's going to understand your journey. And you have to be okay with that. But if you're going to take this journey and this step of faith because you believe that you deserve more than what you've been getting outside, then maybe you need to come inside for a little bit and put that energy towards something else. And don't forget, taking care of yourself is not celibacy. That is still pleasing your fleshly desires. So I love you guys. I want you to think about that, especially you ladies. I hear a lot of conversations with women that talk about how they're tired of, you know, men just wanting sex and they don't really want more than that. Well, if you give it to them the first time and they know they can call you at midnight and you're going to always answer to that, what you doing, big head, then hey, that's exactly what they're going to do. They're not going to pursue you in any other way because they know that they can get the cookie. So maybe you need to put the cookie in the cookie jar and seal it up until further notice, right? And so anywho, I love you guys. I hope you have an amazing night. If no one has told you they love you, just know that I love you with my whole heart. I love you. Have a good night.